Hello dear students, welcome to English class. Today we will do the next part of the chapter, The Adventures of Toto part 2. Dear student, you have learnt in part 1 that grandfather found Toto to the Tonga driver and realized that it was out of mode there. So he decided to purchase the Toto from the Tonga driver and kept it as a pet at his home. Initially, he did not reveal the truth of keeping Toto as a pet to his home. He did not reveal that truth to grandmother, but gradually, when grandmother accepted Toto, what would happen next? Let us come to know about the chapter in this part. When Toto was finally accepted by grandmother, he was given a comfortable home in the stable, where he had for a companion the family donkey Nana. On Toto's first night in the stable, grandfather paid him a visit to see if he was comfortable. To his surprise, he found Nana without apparent cause, pulling at her halter and trying to keep her head as far as possible for a bundle of hay. So when grandmother accepted Toto, at that time Toto was given a comfortable place in the stable, where he had for a companion the family donkey, Nana. But both could not be friends. At night, when grandfather went there to find out the wellness of Toto, he found that Nana was hurting Toto. Grandfather gave Nana a slap across her haunches, and she jerked back, dragging Toto with her. He had fastened on to her long ears with his sharp little teeth. Toto and Nana never became friends. Grandfather found that Nana was hurting Toto. He was trying to push Toto under a heap of hay. So grandfather instantly slapped Nana to save Toto from him. Nana left Toto, but he did not he was not able to tell the truth why he was hurting Toto. Actually, uh, Toto has already hurt Nana from his long ear and with his sharp little teeth. Therefore, Nana was trying to hurt Toto to give him a lesson for whatever he had done with her. Toto and Nana never became friends. A great treat for Toto during cold winter evenings was the large bowl of warm water given him by grandmother for his bath. He would cunningly test the temperature with his hands, then gradually step into the bath, first one foot, then the other, as he had seen me doing, until he was into the water up to his neck. So during the winters, Toto was provided warm water to take bath. He first checked the temperature, keeping one leg in the with his hand, and then he stepped one leg into the water and then other, and then he took bath, as he usually saw other human beings doing the such in the home, especially the narrator. Once comfortable, he would take the soap in his hands or feet and rub himself all over. When the water became cold, he would get out and run as quickly as he could to the kitchen fire in order to dry himself. If anyone laughed at him during this performance, Toto's feeling would be hurt and he would refuse to go on with his bath. One day, Toto nearly succeeded in boiling himself alive. So dear students, when Toto took bath in winters like this, he usually went to the kitchen to stand near the kitchen fire to dry himself. If such performance was being taken anybody with some laughter, he usually get angry with him and refused to go with him out of the house. And this was the bathing system of Toto during the winter. One day Toto nearly succeeded in boiling himself alive. Let us come to know what happened with him. A large kitchen kettle had been left on the fire to boil for tea, and Toto, finding himself with nothing better to do, decided to remove the lid. Finding the water just warm enough for a bath, he got in with his head sticking out from the open kettle. This was just fine for a while, until the water began to boil. Toto then raised himself a little, but finding it cold outside, sat down again. He continued hopping up and down for some time until grandmother arrived and hauled him half boiled out of the kettle. So, dear student, one day Toto saw that in the kitchen he was passing from the kitchen. He found that there was a big kitchen kettle was kept on the fire. It was for tea for all the people in the family. The water was being boiled for the tea. But Toto entered there and he found the water was little bit warm as was good for his bath. He entered into the kettle. After being entered into the kettle, he enjoyed that warm water. But he did not know that water was kept on the fire. Gradually the water started to get warmer and then boil. At that time he was unable to adjust with the temperature of the water. This time he started raising himself a little, but finding it cold outside, sat down again, and due to the heat of the water, he started continuously hopping up and down. By chance, or you can say fortunately, grandmother reached there and hauled him half boiled out of the kettle. If there is a part of the brain especially devoted to mischief, that part was largely developed in Toto. He was always tearing things to pieces. Whenever one of my aunts came near him, he made every effort to get hold of her dress and tear a hole in it. One day at lunchtime, a large dish of pulao stood in the center of the dining table. We entered the room to find Toto stuffing himself with rice. My grandmother screamed and Toto threw a plate at her. One of my aunt rushed forward and received a glass of water at her face. So Toto was very much mischievous. If it is considered that there is a part in the brain which was devoted to mischief, such part was largely developed in Toto. He was always tearing the things into pieces. He messed many things at home. He usually teased the aunts at home also, and on the whole, he was just a trouble for everyone, but still it was kept as a pet, so nobody could say anything against the grandfather. One day at lunch time, a large dish of pulao was served for everyone at the dining table. But when all the people of the family or the member of the family came there, they found Toto stuffed with pulao. When grandmother screamed on seeing him in this state, he got angry and rushed. He threw a plate at her. One of the aunt rushed forward and tried to make monkey not doing all these things. Then she received a glass of water at her. When grandfather arrived, Toto picked up the dish of pulao and made his exit through a window. We found him in the branches of the jackfruit tree, the dish still in his arms. He remained there all afternoon, eating slowly through the rice, determined on finishing every grain. And then, in order to spite grandmother, who had screamed at him, he threw the dish down from the tree and chattered with delight when it broke into 100 pieces. So when grandfather arrived there to find out what was going on there, the monkey did not do anything against him. Instead of it, he took the plate with him and escaped from there from the window. In the outside, he climbed up in a jackfruit tree and enjoyed the rice for the whole afternoon there. After enjoying the rice, when the plate was empty, to make the grandmother more angrier with him, he threw the plate on the floor, and when the plate was broken into many pieces, he became very happy. Obviously, Toto was not the sort of pet we could keep for long. Even grandfather realized that we were not well to do and could not afford the frequent loss of dishes, clothes, curtains, and wallpaper. So grandfather found the Tonga driver and sold Toto back to him for only 3 rupees. So at that time, grandfather also realized that it was a wrong decision to keep Toto as a pet at home, because Toto had created a lot of laws for grandfather and his family. And grandfather realized that they were not so much rich that they could afford all such losses. Losses of dishes, losses of curtains, losses of wallpaper, and many more things. So he decided to give Toto back to the same Tonga driver. Then he found the Tonga driver and sold Toto back to him only for the sum of 3 rupees. Dear students, from this story we have come to know that before keeping any animal as a pet, we should come to know the nature of the animal and realize that whether the animal was able to keep as a pet or not, because there may be more losses also there, like grandfather had in this story. So we should always train ourselves before keeping any animal as a pet, and we should come to know all the pros and cons or lifestyle or way of living or nature of that animal which we are going to keep as a pet. I hope you have understood from the story. This is a humorous story, but still from that humorous story we have such messages, such theme. Thank you. Have a nice day. Stay home, stay healthy.